Have you ever wondered what happens when a city becomes so powerful, so wealthy, and so proud that it believes nothing can bring it down? What if its people grow so cruel and selfish that they ignore justice and mercy entirely? This is the story of Nineveh, a city of incredible riches and might, but also one filled with arrogance, violence, and wrongdoing. Its people thought their walls and armies could protect them forever, but they forgot that no one can escape the justice of God. Join us as we explore the rise and fall of Nineveh, a story of pride, judgment, and the lessons it leaves for us today. Before going into the video, tell the city name which you are living now. Write one important thing about it in the comments section below. Let's get into the video. Long ago, in the heart of the Assyrian Empire, stood Nineveh, a city of unparalleled power and wealth. Its walls towered over the plains, a symbol of the empire's might. Nineveh's gates were decorated with carvings of winged lions and other mythical figures, showcasing the city's pride and power to everyone who arrived. At its center stood magnificent palaces and temples, built in honor of the Assyrian gods, each more impressive than the other. The Tigris River ran right by the city, giving it water and helping with trade and business. Inside, bustling markets overflowed with goods from every corner of the known world, and the streets teemed with soldiers, merchants, and artisans. Yet beneath this grandeur lay a dark truth. Nineveh was a city built on bloodshed, deceit, and cruelty. The cries of conquered nations echoed through its history, and its leaders reveled in their oppression. Far away, in a quiet town, lived Nahum, a prophet of the God of Israel. One night, as Nahum knelt in prayer, a vision seized him. It was a vision of judgment, a divine revelation about Nineveh's fate. The Almighty, slow to anger but abounding in justice, had declared that Nineveh's time had come. Nahum's heart burned with the weight of the message he was tasked to deliver. Standing on a hill overlooking his people, Nahum began to speak. His voice was steady, but filled with a holy fire. "The Lord is a jealous and avenging God," he proclaimed. "He is filled with wrath against the wicked. Though he is slow to anger, his power is unmatched, and he will not leave the guilty unpunished. The mountains quake at his presence, and the earth trembles beneath his feet. Who can withstand his indignation?" The crowd listened in silence as Nahum continued, his voice rising with conviction. "Nineveh, the city of blood, is full of lies and plunder. Its leaders are like ravenous lions, preying on the weak. But the Lord has spoken. I am against you, Nineveh. I will expose your shame to the nations. I will pelt you with filth and make you a spectacle. Your wickedness will be your downfall." In Nineveh, life continued as it always had. The people, wrapped in the illusion of invincibility, scoffed at the idea of judgment. Their walls were tall, their armies mighty, and their wealth abundant. But God had seen the violence, the lies, and the idolatry. He had heard the cries of the innocent. The sins of Nineveh were not hidden from him, but whispers of Nahum's prophecy began to reach the city. Few took it seriously. After all, Nineveh's walls were impenetrable, its army invincible. Or so they thought. Not long after Nahum's warning, armies from Babylon and the Medes joined forces and marched toward Nineveh, determined to bring it down. At first, the people of Nineveh weren't worried. Their strong walls had protected them many times before. But this time was different. The Tigris River, which had always been Nineveh's lifeline, turned against her. Heavy rains caused the river to swell, and its raging waters undermined the city's defenses. The walls, once thought unbreakable, began to crumble. Inside the city, panic set in. The king ordered his men to repair the walls and prepare for battle, but it was too late. Fire consumed the gates, and the enemy poured in like a flood. The streets of Nineveh once filled with life, now echoed with the cries of the dying. As the invaders looted the city, the prophecy of Nahum unfolded in chilling detail. The once proud city was reduced to ruins. Its treasures were carried off, its idols destroyed, and its people scattered. Nahum's words rang true. Where now is the lion's den? The place where they fed their young, where the lion and lioness went with nothing to fear. Your end has come, Nineveh. Your wound is fatal. The city that had inspired fear across the ancient world was now a heap of ash and rubble. Travelers passing by its ruins would shake their heads in wonder, marveling at how such a mighty empire could fall so utterly. Back in Nahum's homeland, the prophet stood in quiet reflection. His message had been delivered, and the Lord's justice had prevailed. Nineveh's fall was not just a warning to Israel's enemies, but a reminder to all nations. No kingdom, no matter how powerful, can stand against the righteous judgment of God. The Lord is good, Nahum whispered, a refuge in times of trouble. He cares for those who trust in him, but his enemies will be pursued into darkness. Years passed, and Nineveh faded into history. Its ruins became a testament to divine justice, a warning to oppressors, and a source of hope for the oppressed. The prophecy of Nahum remained a powerful reminder that while the wheels of justice may turn slowly, they turn surely under the hand of the Almighty.